Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show with your host, Bill Shelton. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
I'm with the guy that has the coolest job in all of tournament golf, and that's the guy that takes care of the volunteer scoring. And this year you've added some new technology, and Bob, it's just tremendous. What are all the things that you're having your volunteers do out on the golf course, and what's the end result of all of that?
Well, I think to begin with, I have 94 people working in scoring. And for this time, for the first time ever, we're using handhelds. In the past, we've all done it, with a tally and a radio. And we had, a few trepidations early on, but it was just fantastic. My guys just stepped right up, and by the second day, we had it down. And as they were walking off the greens, we had the scores, and you had them here. They had them on the leaderboards. It was fabulous. We still maintained 3 leaderboards out there, manual leaderboards, and with the technology, we were able to do that. In the past, we've had Scoring Central, we've had radios in, radios out. We've been organizing all that kind of stuff, so it was great. So people really enjoyed it. They could really, I think they got more out of the tournament, and the walking scores. They just thought it was incredible that once they got past that initial nervousness, it was great to see. They just, no one had anything negative to say about once they got going with it. It was great.
Well, that's great. It was wonderful for all of us, because not only were we able to get their scores, but we got a lot of other information. What else were they keeping track of out there?
Well, everyone was keeping track of basically greens and regulation. We were looking at whether they hit the fairway, yes or no. How many shots were they taking to get to the greens? Were they in greenside bunkers? How many putts were they taking? And there's some very specific directions we had from Unisys. If you were, 3 inches off the actual putting green, of course that doesn't count as a putt even if you use the putter. So we were looking at that. I was talking with a young man who was leading the other day, and he found it really fascinating that all those statistics were there. He was going to go back, and what he also liked was the fact that it was available, so that his dad back home in Boston was able to have a look and tell him about how many greens in regulation he was hitting, how many putts did he take. He was surprised to know he only had 27 putts the other day.
It's interactive golf all over again.
It really is, and I think the players are getting a lot out of that there. And it's a really good way for them to look at their own performance, and then go back to the practice area and say, that here are the areas that I need to really work on to enhance my opportunities of getting to the big show.
Now, without getting too technical, what is the technology involved here?
It's actually the best of both worlds. It's Unisys developed the system. It's a small Palm Pilot that is attached to a clipboard. So the people are actually doing a pencil and paper task, and it's very specific, and it's laid out very nicely for them. So it's with each player, you're looking at whether it's a fairway hit, yes or no, and then shots to the green or greenside bunker. And it's just basically you put a slash for each shot, and then you circle when they arrive at that next destination, whether 0 if they're not in the greenside bunker, and then it's a matter of recording how many putts and then the total, and then going to your Palm Pilot and introducing out of that, clicking on the player's name, and then just looking very quickly and going yes, 2, 0, 2, 4, send. And as soon as all 3 players are in and they hit send, that information was down here to us, to you, to the world, to the leaderboard.
Is it digital, cellular? What is it?
I'm not sure. You'd have to talk to Jeff Schroeder from Unisys, was the fellow who was here all week and set it up. He just basically came over and we ran some training sessions because we didn't know this was coming. This was new to Mike and new to us. And honestly, we had a couple of people for whom it was very nerve-wracking, but I think everybody else really embraced technology, and I can see that it's going to do marvelous work for golf, and as we spread the word about how great this game is.
Oh, absolutely. Well, for all of us who can't go out and watch much of the tournament, thanks for bringing all the statistics back to us.
You're most welcome. It's our pleasure to do it.